folks, my name is Kirill and I am a software engineer. Every single day I try to learn something new and share this knowledge with you. Today I will review one article I came across recently. The article's title is Cold Starting AWS Lambda Functions. The article is interesting to take a look, but shouldn't be taken into consideration without reading extra resources. And I will explain you why, but first some prehistory. The author is building a mobile application, and in order to authorize it on the backend, he uses Lambda function. And what is the main problem of Lambda function? Tons of them! But the one he stumbled upon is cold start. And actually this is a real problem. To understand it, first you should understand how Lambda functions work. You may get an idea about it if you'll briefly read my article I published recently about Lambda functions. In a couple of words, Lambda function technically is a stateless container. And as any container, it should first be started up. And when you're starting something, it takes some time, some starting time. And this is the problem this guy had. So you may think that every time you invoke your Lambda function, you will have your container starting over and over again, but fortunately AWS is not so silly, and they keep your containers for some time. There is no explicit information about how long do they keep them, but it's probably less than an hour, or even maybe less than 10 minutes, or somewhere around. And if you don't use this container, they will kill it. Reluctantly, but kill. So coming back to the article. The author published his implementation of his application to the App Store, and it turned out that some request he had, which goes to the backend through this Lambda function, took like 3-5 seconds to perform, and this is kind of fatal for his application. As a first attempt to solve this issue, he tried to improve his code, to remove some redundancies, to trim the code. And as you may understand, it didn't really work well. Otherwise, it won't be the first step, it would be the only step. But no, he, I think, didn't have any performance improvement there. Then, as a second step, he tried to throw money into this problem. So he increased the amount of allocated memory. You should have no doubts it won't help. If you have more memory, it won't speed up the process of starting your container, of loading your container. Now let's think. If your container takes too much time to start, what can you do? Probably start it in advance. So this guy added a background pre-call options request. So he was touching this Lambda function in advance before the user really will go and interact with something which will make up this request. This approach is viable enough and even close to the implementation we initially used in the product I'm working on. By the way, there is a better solution. You can add one more Lambda function, which will be triggered automatically every 5, for example, minutes, and will be touching your main Lambda function, like an alarm waking up Sentinel every time he tries to fall asleep. And because of the price of Lambda functions, invocations, this Lambda function invoking every 5 minutes will cost you very minuscule amount of money, or actually even zero if you consider only this Lambda function, because AWS provides you about 1 million of invocations per month for free. So 5 multiplied by something, you will have something. I will include these numbers here. I cannot calculate so complex calculations. So if you know that your Lambda function should always be warm, this named warm, staying awakened, and you cannot really predict how often it will be used, how often it will be invoked naturally, it's a good approach to take in consideration. We even have it on some of our Lambda functions. However, keep in mind that every case is unique, and probably you just don't need your Lambda function to be always awake. For instance, in the product I'm working on, it's absolutely okay if some specific call will take 3-5 seconds to load because it goes in background. It's a very interesting topic. Serverless is a very interesting topic. And I will be talking more about it because I try to read. I subscribe to the newsletter. I subscribe to some people on Twitter. So you will hear more from me about this. Wish you all the best and a great day tomorrow or today, depends when do you listen and watch this video. See you! So he had very minuscule. The impact of this So, what that